I love eating sweet things for breakfast. And I've heard that Pop-Tarts are kind of like a staple breakfast food in America. Or like a breakfast dessert is maybe a more appropriate name for it, I don't know. And to be honest, they sound like my ideal breakfast. But Pop-Tarts are actually quite hard to come by in New Zealand, especially for a reasonable price. You can get 8 for $8 at our supermarkets. Like, you've got to be kidding, right? I'll just eat a spoonful of sugar for breakfast. Isn't that like the equivalent of a Pop-Tart anyway? Why would I spend $8 on 8 of them? But does that make me want to try them less? No. No, it doesn't. So I've been thinking, I know, yeah. I reckon I can make my own Pop-Tarts with way less ingredients for way less money. Maybe not the way less money, that groceries are expensive, but I'll try. And then I can feel better about eating dessert for breakfast because I know that I've made it. Like, I've got to put back those calories that I burnt making them somehow, right? And that somehow is by eating them. See, this is a great plan. Whoever said I wasn't smart. So I found my perfect recipe and I headed off to the supermarket. I picked up strawberries and sprinkles because that was literally all I needed. I had everything else at home. The strawberries were very expensive though, so I've already failed the spending less money challenge, whoopsies. But like I said, I had the rest of the ingredients at home and there was only like 8 ingredients in the entire thing. And I bet they're gonna be better. Yeah, take that Pop-Tart, if I can even call you that. You don't deserve the title. I mean, they literally have genetically modified sugar in them. What does that mean? And genetically modified red crunch pieces? What's a non-genetically modified red crunch piece? Like, what are you talking about? What would a natural red crunch piece look like? A beetle? I sent Kellogg's an email inquiry about this because I really need to know now that I've started thinking about it. But I've yet to hear back from them, which is a shame. Anyway, now that I had everything I needed, excluding genetically modified red crunch pieces, I popped into the kitchen and I started making the dough.
So today, we're making Pop-Tarts.
Where's the sugar?
What sugar?
The sugar?
We don't have sugar.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you've got tons of sugar. You're really improving the quality of this video.
This really should have been the easy part, but I had no idea what setting to use on Josh's beast food processing machine, and I poofed flour everywhere. And the recipe instructed for the mixture to be processed until the butter was in small chunks the size of peas. And I can't even see the butter in this anymore. But I'm sure that'll be fine, right? Listen, it said specifically not to overwork the dough, and I have not asked the dough to do one thing in its entire life. So I think this will turn out great. I've got very happy dough. But the hardest part of making the dough was waiting for it to chill. Like, let it chill for 2 hours? Has it had a long day at work? Why does it need so much time to chill? Away from me as well, rude. But luckily, I had something to do for at least 5 minutes of the 2 hours that I had to wait. I had tomato paste to make. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's blood. Oh, no, that's the strawberry filling. You can't tell me that doesn't look like it tastes like iron, okay? The Thermomix blending really sounded like a rocket ship taking off at the start. Like, I fully expected this thing to launch into the stars at any moment. So naturally, I started lip-syncing the Little Einstein's theme song. How very musical I am today, right? Now, this mixture was very much giving like slushy or acai bowl. I would have eaten it right there and then, to be honest. It looked great. But it said to cook it, and I'm a rule follower, so... Oh no, she's bleeding. I just let that mixture gelatinate, become gelatinous for 30 minutes or so. It actually took a really long time. And then I just sat around lazily, which luckily comes very naturally to me, until my dough was ready to rock and roll. Or ready to pop and tart, I guess.
Oh, bro, I didn't know you were chill like that.
And finally, it was time to assemble the Pop-Tarts. So I rolled out the dough. I'm really glad you couldn't see my face while I was doing this. I looked like I was benching 400 pounds. It was embarrassing. Oh, and there's my face. You can't judge me, okay? It was hard. The dough was really hard. Then I portioned out the dough, hopefully correctly. I don't know, there were measurements involved, and I dropped out of math. I mean, I dropped out of school entirely, but the math is the important part right now, okay? I really struggled with this, to be honest, but I refused to be defeated. Get it? Defeated. Yeah. Once it was done, I docked the tops of the Pop-Tarts with a knitting needle that I found in the drawer. I didn't question it much. It makes more sense to have a knitting needle in the kitchen than it does to have your knitting supplies in a cookie tin, okay? And one is significantly less disappointing than the other, so I'm not complaining. If you have trypophobia, look away now. But these bad boys were ready to be jammed and whammed together into the oven. I don't really know what I meant by that. Now, these do not look good, admittedly, and I think it's my fault. I mean, like, did I commit a murder on this bench, or did I just make Pop-Tarts? Can you tell? No, you can't. But all I could do was put my little artificial jam sandwiches in the oven and hope for the best. And then it was time to wait, again, for another 30 minutes. Why is life so hard? But thank God I had another side quest to do. It's not a Pop-Tart without icing now, is it? And with how, like, lemony the filling turned out, I did try a little bit of the filling.
Well, it's very lemony.
We were definitely gonna need something sweet on top of this. You know, when I was a kid, I used to make icing just to eat it. I know that sounds feral, but but like I didn't even make it because I liked it. I just made it because I was a sugar fiend, and if we didn't have anything else in the house, I would settle for a bowl of icing. And we used to have like, oh my god, icing sugar and butter on top of popcorn. You haven't lived until you've tried it, but you're also not gonna live long if you have tried it. How I've survived to be almost 22, I'm not sure. So I finished the icing mixture and it looks suspiciously like another bodily fluid, not blood this time, but anyway, they're done in just in time for breakfast or lunch. It's 8 a.m. somewhere, okay? You have no idea how hungry I've gotten making these. There's definitely no genetically modified sugar in here, or any sugar other than the strawberries and the icing. It's very like sour from the lemon juice, but I like it. It almost needs it. The dough is kind of like a cracker. It's giving water cracker. Like this could double as cheese on crackers. I like it. I'm so happy with how this turned out, actually. I was very skeptical. Is it very Pop-Tarty? No, not exactly. But it has the essence of a Pop-Tart, 100%. It's just healthier, which is exactly what we set out to achieve. So aren't we winners? Yes, we are. Oh no, these are good. Like I'm gonna devour these. I could eat like 3 of these for breakfast alone and then feel sick the entire day and then probably have 3 after dinner as a snack, you know. If I could do it again, maybe a little less lemon juice. But it's got just the right amount of love and blood and sweat and tears in here. So you don't need genetically modified red crunch pieces to make a good Pop-Tart. And no, I still don't know what that means. I'll let you know if they ever get back to me though. Bro, they responded. I don't know why I thought they wouldn't. I should have had more faith in the Kellogg customer service team because they really pulled through for me. Now they said, and I quote, "Dear Talia, it's really giving 1950s handwritten letter at this stage. Thank you for taking the time to contact us with your query about Kellogg Pop-Tarts frosted strawberry. The red crunch pieces in the ingredients refer to the multicolored crunch pieces on top of the frosting." Which, sorry to poke holes in this already, but why are they called red crunch pieces if they're multicolored? I'm gonna have to send them another email. I have so many questions. They are listed as genetically modified because at least one ingredient used to produce them come from a genetically modified crop/organism. That had me flabbergasted. /organism? Okay, so they are beetles. They're beetles with some special sauce in them. They're like injected with go-go juice or something. These are pageant-winning beetles. And then they said, "Talia, feel free to contact us if you have any further questions. Kind regards, Jonathan." And I said, "Thank you for your time, Jonathan." So now we know. I mean, that was a very like PR-trained response, but they did respond. So you decide how you feel about the red crunch pieces. I personally might avoid them. If you liked watching this, then you're gonna love watching me make an everything chocolate cookie cake. So click on the screen now if you want to see that. If not, then just subscribe. That's fine too.